Now, new, live, and local, and every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m. This is the show talking about what you want to know, what you need to know, and part of Wolf Boom Radio's mission to use our voice to build our community. The all-new Delaware County Today, presented by Muncie Community Schools. Now on WMUN, the Talk of Muncie. Here's your host, Director of News Operations and lead morning anchor, Steve Lindell.
Thank you, Tom Campbell. All things United Way, bottom of our Jenny Marsh in our video studio for the first time for her. Airwaves in action saluting the Muncie Children's Museum at about 8:20. BSU men's basketball, not good last night. Pacers won, though. And we did not have that game on the MUN because of our proud coverage of Ball State athletics. Yeah. That is always presented by Pridemark Construction. We are very proud also of our weather connection. That, of course, is with the meteorologist. He is in charge of the hourly updates on WMUN. He is Paul Poteet.
Good morning. One more day. Right around 40 degrees. That's exactly where we were yesterday for the high temperature. But today is going to be cloudier overall. Becomes mostly cloudy this morning, then clears out tonight with a low of 23 and sunshine for tomorrow. Friday's high, 46. By the time we get to Saturday, partly sunny and 51. For Saturday night and Sunday morning, small shower chance. The biggest threat from this system is going to be south of I-70, but we could have some small amounts of rain. Then the sun comes back in the afternoon. Sunday's high, 53. It's the mid to upper 50s for much of next week. There is a rain chance on Wednesday night and into Thursday. Just plain rain. That's your expanded look at the weather this morning. Now more from Steve.
And thank you, Paul Poteet. Hourly updates from him, our meteorologist on WMUN and the Wolf Boom Radio Group. 6 formats, 1 mission. We use our voices and our video to build and connect our community. Now into the local news summary. These stories and more airing on all of our stations in East Central Indiana. They're always viewable, too, on wolfboomnews.com, but now the audio is on WMUN. New rules for city council meetings have caused some discontent in Muncie. Mayor Dan Ridenour does like the move of public comments to the start of the meetings,
which I view as a positive, because you get to say your piece before any legislation goes through, where when people speak public comments at the end of the meeting, it's after the legislation has already been approved or denied, and they may not get their thoughts as represented.
That on WMUN's Delaware County Today this week, saying the council president is continuing to review procedures. The Muncie Mission notes average rent has risen 13% in Indiana over the past year, while wages have increased by only 4.2%. The mission's asking for donations of any amount to help provide hot meals and safe shelter for homeless population. Federal prosecutors have charged the man accused in the disappearance of a Fishers teenager.
Tyler Thomas from Ohio appeared in federal court Tuesday afternoon, and he faces federal charges of a sex crime involving a child and traveling across state lines to have sex with a minor. While Thomas could face up to 30 years in prison on each count, they haven't charged him with Haley Busby's killing yet, says Thomas's attorney, Sam Szymanski.
And they'll do their, I hate to use the term due diligence, but they'll do the work that they're supposed to do, and in conjunction with law enforcement and their colleagues, they'll make a decision here fairly shortly, I'm guessing.
Prosecutors say Thomas met Busby through online gaming and brought her from Indiana to Ohio in January. Jake McDaniel, Network Indiana.
Anderson community leader Patrick Hill told Oldies 101's Anderson Talks radio show the rising cost of living has extended into fast food restaurants that used to be a safe haven for those on tight budgets.
It hits the working class the worst, because you're waiting for, you think about McDonald's and Taco Bell and those type of chains of restaurants being more in service to the lower economic spectrum.
Ball State President Jeffrey Mearns with a little more of his reasoning behind being pessimistic about the odds that some decreased funding will be restored to state universities during this biennial budget.
There's no appetite. I think there's actually no precedent for reopening the budget during a biennial session just because the revenue forecast has changed. So I don't think there's any chance that the appropriation reductions will be eliminated or restored in this biennial budget.
That from WMUN's Delaware County Today last week. Indiana House Republicans have blocked an effort to shield local police under a sweeping new immigration bill.
State Representative Mitch Gore, a veteran sheriff deputy, warned that Senate Bill 76 could force officers to choose between releasing someone improperly or holding them unlawfully due to rigid paperwork requirements. Gore's amendment to soften those rules failed along party lines. Supporters of the bill argue it provides the necessary teeth to ensure local jails cooperate with federal immigration detainer requests, aligning Indiana with federal enforcement priorities. Johnette Cruz, Network Indiana.
With the May 5th primary election set, here's another area race with no primary challengers. The November ballot set for Delaware County Sheriff to replace Tony Skinner. Republican Jeff Stanley will face Democrat David Williams. In Madison County, it's a packed race. Republicans John L. Beeman seeks a second term, facing challenges from Brian K. Bell, Jonathan Culp, and Kimberly Stegall. The Herald Bulletin says the Dems will send Norman Rayford Jr. and Dennis Watson to the primary. The Anderson Board of Public Works has approved 4 contracts totaling $33.1 million for upgrades to the Anderson water utility. Herald Bulletin says the work's expected to start this year and finish September of 2027. The Ball Brothers Foundation will be able to grant even more money in 2026 than it was able to give to the community last year. That's according to CEO Judd Fisher.
We just got our new payout number for 2026, and we're going to be able to pay out into the community just over $9 million. So we're excited about that, just a little bit more than last year.
He spoke recently on WMUN's Delaware County Today. An Indiana man stationed at Fort Bragg is facing multiple felony charges. Jarrett Lewis tells you what they are.
Court records are showing that Aiden Borowitz, who police say is from Hendricks County, is charged with 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, plus a charge of soliciting a child online by computer. Officers say Borowitz was communicating with an undercover cop posing as a 14-year-old and tried to arrange a meeting with them at a hotel in January. Soon after, a search warrant was executed at his home in Fayetteville, where police found his cell phone and inappropriate pictures of girls between the ages of 5 and 11. Borowitz is being held at the Dare County Detention Center in Manteo, North Carolina, with more charges possibly coming. Jarrett Lewis, Network Indiana.
The ALJC Indiana Student Ministries Winter Youth Conference, titled Glory 26, is scheduled for February 13 and 14 at the Horizon Convention Center in downtown Muncie. The event focuses on powerful worship and ministry for students. The Anderson Journal Winter Warm-Up Coat Drive presented by Ivy Tech Community College Anderson campus has reached 80 coats so far in its collection for the Anderson Christian Center. YMCA of Madison County CEO Clark Simpson dropped by the morning show over there to talk about the organization's involvement as a supporting sponsor.
We're happy to have been asked and happy to support the Christian Center. There's a great need. Hopefully winter is not going to last forever.
More local every day on our free wolfboomnews.com. That from our news summary. A lot going on and a lot more that we're covering. We do not put news on the radio or the interwebs until it is from trusted and valued resources so that you always know that what you're hearing is the real deal. WMUN's news department includes the great Brett Busby, George Bremer, and a host of other great folks behind the scenes and on the front lines. Right before the show started, I looked at the map. I saw Portland, Oregon. Hello, Sister Sherry. Minnesota. It's at least Mom. It could be Roger, too. There's multiple devices in that home. And Bloomington, Indiana. Could that be IU's Don Fisher checking in on me? I don't know. Could be. We even had a listener from Brazil earlier this morning. Don't know what that's all about. Perhaps it's a bot. We have another great feature that was coming up next on our show list. It will be one of our benefactors of a grant that we give out monthly on several of our radio stations. We'll talk about the Muncie Children's Museum in a moment on WMUN.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Folks, we are seeing something truly disturbing. Anti-Semitism is on the rise around the world, and sadly, right here in America. Jewish schools being targeted, synagogues threatened, families living in fear. It's something we hoped we'd never see again in our lifetime. Silence is not an option. This is the moment to take a stand. That's why I want to tell you about the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, or IFCJ. They are on the front lines providing real help where it's needed most. They're giving food and shelter to Jewish families under threat, building bomb shelters for children, helping survivors of hate rebuild their lives. And they don't just respond to crisis, they work every day to prevent it. Your gift of only $45 will help support their life-saving work by helping provide food, shelter, and much more. So please call 888-488-IFCJ. That's 888-488-4325. Or go to ifcj.org. Every dollar helps. Don't wait. Be the difference. Visit ifcj.org or call 888-488-IFCJ now.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
And here on WMUN and several other stations, we do the Hometown Hero of the Month. It was such a hit so many years ago when we launched that effort. We started a second effort to help even more not-for-profits in East Central Indiana, and it's called Airwaves in Action. The benefactor is being talked to right now from an earlier conversation. And Jay Garrison is doing that for us on WMUN.
All right, Airwaves in Action for the month of February is the Muncie Children's Museum, and I have a guest in studio, and that's the Executive Director, Kenda Rinker, who is here to talk about everything that has to do with the museum. But first, let's start with you. What's your background, and how did you come into this role?
Okay, so I have been at the Muncie Children's Museum for 28 years. My first position at the museum was controller of the museum, so I handled the money. And then over time, I've taken on different roles, and the past probably 12 years, I've been the executive director.
How old of a kid is your target?
We target children that are about pre-K through about 8 or 9 years old.
And what's at the museum if somebody's never been? I mean, what's going on in there?
So all of our exhibits are hands-on and interactive for children. We also do daily programming activities at 11 and 3 every day for kids, different craft or different activities. We have a huge nature area. We have a train exhibit that was newly opened in 2024, a new water table from 2024, and actually within the next probably couple months, we are going to have an expanded part of our new nature area. So there will be some new things coming.
Is there a gift shop there?
We do have a gift shop, and we have a wonderful person that does our gift shop ordering, and we have some great items in there. We recently got some customized museum merchandise, so there's some stuffed animals with museum t-shirts on them.
Now, give me the hours and admission, and certainly you can pay by the day, but if you get a membership, what does that include?
So we offer daily admission. It's $8 per person, ages 1 to 100. We are open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. If you want to do a museum membership, we have a one-year family membership that's $100, and that gets you unlimited admission throughout the year, and then discounts on birthday parties in our gift shop and various other things.
Speaking of discounts, tell us about that Access for All program.
Yeah, so we're really excited to talk about the Access for All program. If you qualify for certain programs such as WIC, Hoosier Healthwise, Medicaid, and if you go to our website, which is munciemuseum.com, there's a listing of all of the programs that qualify. You get in for $1 per person if you show your qualifying card to our front desk, and it's a $5 family max. So whether you have 5 people or 10 people that are in your immediate family, it would only be $5 or $1 per person. So after our Access for All program was so successful in 2025, we had over 7,000 visitors take part in that program. We were very excited about that. People throughout the year ask about an Access for All membership, and we had been contemplating that, but we really wanted to see how the program took off, how it would be received. So starting in January of 2026, we have launched the MCM Access for All family membership. They could purchase the membership. It would be a yearly membership. It includes all of the benefits that our regular membership offers, but it's $50 for family. And again, you do have to have your qualifying card to get that rate. It would be 2 adults in the household and their children, or grandparents sometimes purchase the membership, and it includes all of their grandchildren.
So you brought Barbara with you. Who's she?
Barbara is our grants administrator. She helps us fund this program, this wonderful program.
I was going to ask you, how's the museum funded?
Yes. So for the general museum, we have obviously our earned income, people that come through the door, and then we do a lot of sponsorship. We have wonderful, generous sponsors in our community. But for this program specifically, our Access for All program, we have the Ronald L. McDaniel Foundation, the Community Foundation of Muncie and Delaware County, Centerpoint Energy Foundation, Star Bank, Indiana Michigan Power Foundation, and Care Institute Group have all funded the Access for All program to allow people to come in at that reduced admission rate.
I hear the Muncie Children's Museum is a great place to have a birthday party.
It is a great place to have a birthday party.
What's involved with that?
So we have varying levels of our birthday parties and varying prices. Depending on whether you're a member or a non-member, you can do a basic party, which gets you the room in the museum for an hour and a half for up to 30 people. And then you would provide, your drinks, cake, whatever. And then the children get playtime in the museum while we are open. And then there are also other levels that you can purchase that includes some party supplies, like the plates, cups, napkins, that kind of thing. So depending on what you want, there's varying levels of pricing. And you can also find all of the birthday party levels on our website as well.
Big event coming up. It's called the Stuffy Clinic. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so our Stuffy Clinic, we are doing that in conjunction with the Ball State Child Life Cohort. The kids can come. It actually is a free day that day, so it's Saturday, February 21st. The museum is free all day from 10 to 5, but the Stuffy Clinic takes place from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The medical students will do different activities with the kids while supplies last. The children get a free stuffed animal, and basically they take the stuffed animal through a checkup at the doctor, so they kind of know what will happen at the doctor's office, and kind of helps relieve some anxiety about what might be going on. And then there'll be other crafts and activities that are medical related.
Are there other events that you guys have throughout the year that you'd like people to keep in the back of their minds?
Yeah, so we have quite a few events that we do throughout the year. We always do spring break activities. So this year we are working on STEAM activities for spring break. That will be the theme. So March 25th through 29th, there will be varying activities. And then we also do it April 1st through April 4th. Then we also have summer programming that we do, activities. We've been doing the past several summers what's called More to Explore in Muncie. And so we partner with various groups around Muncie and have programs for free at their locations. Last year, we went to Minnetrista, we went to the AMA, we went to the river. We did some programming with Muncie Sanitary District and Flatland Resources. So those different types of programs. And I know this year we're looking at doing some different groups that we're going to partner with. And I know one of them is the Ball State Planetarium. We just got that confirmed. So we're really excited about that.
Any cities downtown can be intimidating for some people. So if I want to go to the museum, where do I park?
So yes, all of the parking is free for the museum. There is a parking garage right beside the museum that you can park in, or behind the museum off Liberty Street, there is a free large parking lot as well.
So obviously people can support you by going, purchasing admission or whatever.
Correct.
But if they want to help, like volunteer or make a donation, tell us about that.
Yep. So we do have volunteer opportunities throughout the year, specifically for the large events that we do. The free days, definitely we can use volunteers. And we also have people that like to just lend their talents, sometimes doing some maintenance or that type of thing. So those types of things are always welcomed. They can contact Shelby Sears at our Muncie Children's Museum, and she will help set up a volunteer opportunity for you. Also, we will obviously take monetary donations. It's very helpful. We have a very generous community that helps support the museum. On our website at munciemuseum.com, we have a make a donation button that you can choose, and you can choose to just donate to just general operations, or if there's a specific project, you can note what project you'd like to donate for.
All right, Kenda and Barbara, who wasn't on mic but is here for moral support, thank you, and we'll see you soon at the museum, all right?
Thank you so much for having us on. We really appreciate it.
That is none other than Jay Garrison, the former retired voice of Ball State Athletics on the radio, interviewing our Airwaves in Action benefactor, the Muncie Children's Museum. Let's jump ahead on our run sheet now and get a little snapshot of your day today.
It's February 12th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Today is National Lost Penny Day. The first penny ever was designed by Benjamin Franklin and minted in 1787. The penny with the bust of President Abraham Lincoln was first minted in 1909, released on February 12th to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. The 16th president is known for fighting the U.S. Civil War against the South, which ended slavery with the Union victory April 9th, 1865. Former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic goes on trial for war crimes in 2002. His prolonged trial ends without a verdict when the so-called Butcher of the Balkans was found dead at the age of 64. Born on this day in 1934, basketball legend and Hall of Famer Bill Russell, the five-time MVP of the NBA, led the Boston Celtics to 11 championships from 1957 to 1969. I'm CJ Papa. That's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
And CJ, sorry I made that noise. Again, there's so many buttons and gadgets and gizmos. We're in our brand new video studio, and I'm still learning which camera to look at. Next item, energy independence is something people are talking about, but not all agree.
Donald Trump's America.
The Washington Coal Club is honoring President Trump as the undisputed champion of beautiful, clean coal for the president's policies promoting coal-powered energy sources.
When large parts of our country were hit with winter storms, it was coal that kept the power on.
The Trump administration has rapidly increased approval of new coal mines, reversing Biden-era policies that favored green energy.
On day one of this administration, I ended the war on coal. We terminated the Green New Scam, and we withdrew from the unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord.
At a White House event, President Trump also signed an executive order directing the Pentagon to enter into new power purchasing agreements with coal-fired power plants. He also says the Energy Department is boosting funding to recommission and upgrade facilities in West Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina, and Kentucky. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On WMUN News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk, we're the talk radio of Muncie. We have music radio stations too, several of them, and they're quite impressive. So is this video room. We'll bring in a first-time video room guest in just a moment as we continue through the hour on WMUN.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you were the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.
You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up. You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd. Wow. Covino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And The Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube, subscribe, hit that thumbs up icon, and comment away. Hey, it's Jonas Knox. You ever feel like running a business is just nonstop? Every day's game day? That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro just makes sense. You get real one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and gear that's built to help you stay ahead of the competition. So whether you're scaling up, hiring up, or just trying to keep up, go pro. Because when your tech works harder, your business does too. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. So sign up free today at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Live, weekdays from 8 to 9 a.m. with replays later. This is the Daily Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell.
The voice of WMUN is Tom Campbell. He is introducing our next segment here, as he does every day, and he does for all the other things too. Good Lord, we do a lot of things. We're in the video studio right now, and right here is my guest. It's Jenny Marsh on camera one. Look at you and look at your face.
This is incredible. I mean, not my face, but this.
Yeah, no, your face is incredible too.
My goodness, this space is incredible.
We're trying to expand our ability to serve our community. We can do it with news and information from this room. We can do it with some entertainment. We can do it with the kinds of things that people will get more out of if they have a visual component. And this is another investment in our community, and we're glad that you like it too.
It puts the boom in woof boom.
Oh, geez.
For real.
Holy cow. Could somebody write that down? Because
significant.
I don't think we started to think of that phrase yet. Jenny Marsh is from the heart of Indiana, United Way, and we have her on once a month at least to talk about all things United Way. Nancy and I missed the event last night. You sent a personal invitation, but how did it go?
Oh, it was so fabulous. We had some great folks in the room. Past campaign chair Casey Stanley was there. The Small Sticks were there. We had board members and volunteers. I have the very best board, and they showed up. Dear friends, community leaders. Of course, Carly Akery King was there running Mad Jack, so she popped in down to Guardian to say hello. And folks that bought Lagaritas, we get a little kickback from that. So
Lagaritas.
Have you had a
Lagarita? Trademark pending on that deal or what?
That is all them. I have nothing to do with it other than to say it was delicious.
Hey, we were looking at our subject matter today, making impact. A couple of different ways to do that, and let's talk about now or maybe the legacy type of an impact. Which one do you want to go to first?
Well, let's start with legacy, because we've got a heck of a legacy here in Muncie and Delaware County. Back in 1925, when the United Way began, and over the last 12 years, we've grown exponentially, bringing on other counties and merging with the great United Way of Madison County to become Heart of Indiana United Way. So we're serving 5 counties. And you know, Steve, when you hit your 100th, it's time to reflect a little bit. You know, you want to kind of sit back and say, where have we been? Where are we going? What's the possibility of the future? And like I said, we've got an incredible board, an incredible group of volunteers and past supporters who come around us and just like really help us think about the future. And so we've got some fun vehicles for people to think about. Do they want to make an impact now? Do they want to make an impact after they're gone? And we've just got lots of opportunity.
So I see the words planned giving. Explain what that is and how that can work for somebody out there listening.
It works just like it sounds. So if you want to leave a legacy, find a way to maybe diminish some tax repercussions with your estate as you pass it on to your children, if you want to just make sure that your annual support of United Way continues after you're gone, a planned gift is a great way to do that. And you can do that just as simply as saying you want United Way to benefit through your will.
And how does that look to an average person? I mean, you could do it a whole bunch of ways. Maybe you're somebody out there listening that is very well-to-do. You've had a lot of family and business success, but a vast majority of our audience are more the average type, but they can do this too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, according to Caring.com's 2025 Wills and Estate Planning Survey, how would you like to work on that committee, right?
Boy, that's a long one.
That's a title. But less than 1 in 4 Americans have a will, and the largest cohort of people without wills have children under the age of 18. So my message to everyone is having a will and a plan for what happens to your children, to your home, to your bank account. Average Joes, you've got things that need to be managed upon your passing, and making a will is easy, it's simple, it's not super complicated, and you can learn about that at heartofindiana.org.
Okay,
there are even resources there to help you get started.
Jenny Marsh, Heart of Indiana United Way, is our guest on WMUN's Delaware County Today. You also launched something called the Next Century Fund. How is that different than planned giving?
Next Century Fund is a way you can see your impact right now and in the next years to come. Okay. So, you know, planned giving, next 100 years, your legacy is going to happen after you're gone. Next Century Fund's happening right now and in the next few decades. So gifts to the legacy or to the Next Century Fund, we will use half of those gifts in our upcoming granting cycle, impacting all the great work we're doing here across the heart of Indiana and the 5 counties we serve. But we're going to put half of that gift into an endowment, so it's earning some principle, building on that principle, so that in the future we have some things, because, you know, this is a time of disruption, Steve. I mean, the nonprofit sector sees it more now than ever. Things change. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 10, 20, 30 years. And that Next Century Fund is there to help offset those challenges as they arrive and be there for us for our next big anniversary.
This is Jenny Marsh. She's on camera. I told her to comb her hair this morning because we were going to put you into the video studio for the radio broadcast. Your next word that you wrote to me on the text was gulp.
Yeah.
You're looking fantastic. You always
do. Well,
so about the subject matter, what's the next step? If someone is curious about what you've talked about this morning and maybe they want to look into it. No stress, no pressure, but what's the way to do that?
No stress, no pressure. Call 765-288-5586 if you want to talk to a human. And we've got some great folks on our team that can talk with you and help you think about what you want to do. Do you want to make an impact right now? Do you want to make an impact down the road? What are the right vehicles to help you and your family explore those options? And also you can go to www.heartofindiana.org and click that donate button. It's not going to lock you into anything, but there are a whole wealth of opportunities and ways you can give to United Way. Make an impact right here in East Central Indiana. And you can learn more about planned giving, how to set up your will, and how to keep that legacy of giving and making a difference right here in Muncie and Delaware County going.
Heart of Indiana United Way CEO Jenny Marsh, our guest this morning, as we continue with Delaware County Today. More in a moment on WMUN.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. The city of Portage on Wednesday unveiled its plan for Hallis Harbor, a $5 billion lakefront stadium and entertainment district designed to attract the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana. Mayor Austin Bonta described the project as a shovel-ready, fully privately financed development requiring no taxpayer funds.
We have the land, we have the water, we have the location, we have the financing and the local leadership ready to embark on a major development.
The city said shovels could be in the ground as early as June 2026 if the Bears elect to move forward. Daniel Killeen, general manager of U.S. Steel's Gary Works, said this week that the steelmaker is set to invest $900 million in the Northwest Indiana steel mill in 2026. Killeen added the company expects to create 1,000 jobs over the next several years as well. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
High school sports are unique compared to other youth sports programs. They develop a special kind of player that every team needs, a glue guy.
A glue guy's performance isn't measured in stats, and their impact doesn't show up on a highlight reel.
And girls can be glue guys too. They're the players who are always willing to dive for a loose ball, take a charge, or keep the energy of the bench up. They're the element that keeps a team's chemistry intact.
High school sports are where glue guys have a chance to develop, where they learn that intangibles are just as important as skill.
Developing glue guys is one of the things that makes high school sports essential. After they leave high school, glue guys are the teammates who help make businesses, families, and communities successful. I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Buy a ticket to your school's athletic events and support high school sports, building up the glue guys we all need. This is celebrating their impact. This is honoring their pride. This is your IHSAA.
Listen to Delaware County Today on Alexa. Just enable the skill, then say, Alexa, play WMUN. Now back to Steve Lindell.
As we continue through the hour, every day, if you ever want to catch a replay or if you miss a show, you can do that anytime, all the time. Just go to our website, WMUNmuncie.com. You can even sign up and follow that page when new content goes up and out. You'll get a little quick notification on your phone, and maybe it's something that you will want to grab or listen to or save for later. Next item for this morning, in the air, literally everywhere, and scary.
Securing America.
During this week's State of the NYPD address, New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch spoke about new era technology that poses serious danger.
If there is one threat that keeps me up at night, it is drones.
The commissioner continued.
Tactics that once belonged to militaries are now increasingly accessible to smaller groups and individuals, and commercial drones can be easily adapted into weapons of war.
She said that big events in the city are now big targets.
Like the World Cup, the 250th birthday of our country, and the 25th anniversary of 9/11, the potential threat posed by weaponized drones looms large.
Commissioner Tisch said the NYPD is waiting for the approval of regulations from the federal government to be able to shoot down drones perceived to be a threat. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
On WMUN, we are the proud home of Ball State Athletics. Yes, we are. Presented by Pridemark Construction. The men Ball State basketball team lost last night, and that was an ouchie one. They were playing Buffalo, and they end up now, hold on a second, 1.5 games behind the 8th seed, and you got to make 8 or better to make the MAC tournament, if my notes are correct. It was a final score of, hold on a second now, 63-53 for the Ball State Cardinal men to lose that game last night here on WMUN. Mick Tidrow is top of hour on WMUN. The weekly show is called This Week in Ball State Athletics. He will not be covering basketball as much as a couple of other really cool Cardinal sports. He'll explain when he is on from 9 to 9:30 today and every Thursday. It is also presented by Pride Mark Construction here on WMUN and the Wolf Boom Radio Group. Next up for this morning, it is the money part of politics.
Democracy 2026.
Democrats claim they have momentum following wins in Virginia, New Jersey, and Texas. But new federal filings show Democrats are also very much in debt. The Democratic National Committee filed its latest financial data with the Federal Election Commission. The DNC owes about $3.5 million. The party reporting it has $14 million cash on hand, compared to the RNC, which ended last year with $95 million in cash and no debt. House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox the party is primed for the upcoming election season.
We're going to have a war chest to run on and a great record and extraordinary candidates put out there on the field. We've got the tailwinds, and I think we're going to defy history and do this and grow our majority.
But Democrats say it's not just about money. The party says a recent surprise win in deep red Texas shows they have a winning message. A Texas Democrat easily defeated a Republican challenger for the state Senate in a district President Trump won by double digits. Mark Meredith, Fox News.
On WMUN, an affiliate of Fox News Radio, updates right around the top of the hour, every day, because news happens all the time. And sometimes news happens and we're not absolutely certain that it happened. Let me explain. It was yesterday morning, very early, when I got up to rise and shine to host Delaware County Today. We do what's called show prep. We don't just show up and start yakking into the microphone and talking at cameras. We have to actually try to know what we're talking about. Imagine that. I was seeing on the social media, there were reports, unofficial, of course, until we verified them, that some places in east central Indiana had a bright streaking light through the sky and a boom was heard. And you know how it goes. People say things, they write things, and they say it with conviction. And people started to believe it, and people started to spread it around. Now, this is not a horrific thing, but what the point of the story is, what we do is we verify that sort of information in official sort of terms. And in this particular case, instead of putting it on the radio or the interwebs, I went to our good friends at Ball State University. I reached out to Greg Fallon, the Associate Vice President, University Communications and Digital Strategy, and I asked to connect to somebody at the Ball State Planetarium, for instance, and I told them what I had read and what I had heard. Here is what we know this morning. And if I was thinking ahead just a little bit more from our video studio on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio for WMUN's Delaware County Today, I would have pulled up in a video example, and I don't think I can do that at the moment because my hands can only do so many things at one time. So maybe tomorrow I'll share that video on this video cast of Delaware County Today. But sure enough, the planetarium folks at Ball State University say it seems to have been a fireball or a very bright meteor around 11:32 p.m. seen from multiple states. There's a list of sightings and a video available. There was a link shared to me by Greg Fallon from Ball State University. And again, not able to pull that up at this particular juncture in the middle of the live radio broadcast, but I'll try to make myself a note to bring it up tomorrow. That is called teasing. That's a promotional thing to get you to tune in again tomorrow morning. WMUN's Delaware County Today. We talk about what people are talking about in Muncie, Delaware County and beyond. One of the other items that people are clearly talking about is, another feature this month. This time it has an Olympic twist.
Celebrating Black History Month.
Many people know or are at least aware that in 1936, Adolf Hitler's desire for German domination at the Berlin Olympics was upset by Black American Jesse Owens. On winning gold medals, Owens told an interviewer,
"It's a strange thing about becoming number one. It's tough. But the toughest part is to remain number one."
That said, in the top sprints in 36, do you remember who finished second to Owens? In the 100 meters, it was Black American Ralph Metcalfe. He later made his mark as a U.S. representative from Illinois, helping to found the Congressional Black Caucus. In the 200 meters, Mac Robinson finished 0.4 of a second behind Owens. Robinson was likely an inspiration to his younger brother, Jack Roosevelt Robinson, who also ran track, but became better known in 1947 when young Jackie Robinson broke Major League Baseball's color barrier. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk, the place for the sports area and arena is Mark Forster today and every day, 4 till 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It is called the Power Hour. We're contractually obligated to say the Power Hour. I'm going to watch myself on the video later, and I've never seen myself make that voice or that sound before. Might be a little frightening. There is a Monday event coming up. We've mentioned it a couple of times. We want to make sure that you know about this, though, because it is going to be something that is very, very useful to a lot of families and kids in particular. This is going to be Meridian Health Services providing free dental exams on Monday, February 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. They'll be at participating Meridian locations throughout Indiana. I will share with you some of those locations in just a moment. The free dental exam will include polishing and cleaning and fluoride application. They do want you to schedule an appointment, please, so they can make sure they can get as many kids in as possible. And you do that with a toll-free number from anywhere in the state of Indiana, 866-306-2647, and mention Give Kids a Smile, the free dental exam. They do allow and will allow walk-ins. They certainly will do that, but that might be tricky depending on how many kids, families, and so forth show up. So they want to make sure that they are prepared. So best actual idea is to call ahead and make that appointment. Now, the Muncie location is one of the many that will be doing that on Monday. That is Meridian Dental on Tillotson Avenue, 110 North Tillotson Avenue. Punch it into your phone. That's the easiest way to find anything nowadays, isn't it? There's also Portland and Richmond and Anderson and Elwood and Marion locations that are all participating as well. And that is a Monday event, and everybody is welcome to attend. I'm checking the clock. We're getting closer to our time hack. Not quite yet. I can share with you one more thing. Today is Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. All day. You love when people say that. All day, Steve. There is a ticket on sale date coming for a Beatles tribute event happening at the nearby Paramount Theater in Anderson, Indiana. 1964, The Tribute, The Ultimate Beatles Experience, is a Saturday, May 30th event. Tickets go on sale, I think, on Friday or Saturday. I'm not looking at the notes. We're giving away tickets before they are even on sale. The only way to win those is to go to our Facebook page. There is a pinned post there, facebook.com/WMUN Muncie. It's easy to find. Sign up to follow for updates. And follow the instructions, and you just might get selected. Tomorrow will be a last morning for us to give you those winner names, potentially on the radio here on Delaware County Today. Next and final item this week, Fox's Bill Hemmer tells us about Helen Keller.
I'm Bill Hemmer, and these are the most impactful moments in American history. In 1887, 20-year-old Anne Sullivan arrived in Tuscumbia, Alabama, with a daunting task ahead of her. It was at the Ivy Green estate that she was to teach a girl whom others could not reach. Her name, Helen Keller. As an infant, a severe infection robbed Helen of her sight and hearing. leaving her alone in a dark and silent world. For weeks, Anne tried to introduce language to Helen by tracing words, milk, drink, mug, onto Helen's hand. But finally, one word clicked. Anne wrote water on Helen's palm and poured cool water over Helen's hands. In that moment, Helen had the keys to unlock the barrier of language before her and change the way the world approached disabilities in education. For more, go to foxnewspodcast.com. I'm Bill Hemmer, Fox News.
Thank you, Bill, and we appreciate that big series of featured stories that we are also adding into our run sheet on Delaware County today. This is a big year for our country and a big day for Muncie, Indiana, USA. Always is. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for watching. The video replay available out there on the interwebs as well shortly after the program finishes up. I'll be back tomorrow morning. For my producer, Jackson Jacoby in the Axia Command Center, I'm Steve Lindell. This is Delaware County Today on WMUN, the talk of Muncie.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37